Good afternoon and welcome back to the channel. I'm in a very wet and damp Scarborough, but I've decided to spend one night in this hotel. It's the 5-star mansion house. I'm already booked in, I've got my room key, I'm in room 2. Let's check this hotel out. Check-in was probably the easiest check-in. Name, given the key, and that was it. I was given a complimentary drink. I only had an orange juice. While I was sitting in the lounge, I spoke to a couple that have been at this hotel before, and they said it's a really nice hotel, really nice staff, and you're left alone to do your own thing, which is a good thing. I like that, to be able to be left alone and get on with whatever you want to do. Right, I booked a classic double room. Now, with the structure on the booking site that I used, I wanted to book a double room as opposed from a single room. So when I booked a double room, you book for 2 breakfasts and you book for 2 people. So that's all included in the price. I'll tell you the price a little bit later on. You might think it's a bit steep for one person, but it is a 5-star hotel. You can let me know in the comments down below. Anyhow, let's have a look around this classic double room. Right, first impression of the room, a good sized room, quite bright, and that looks a very comfortable bed. Right by the door we have a sign. It's a non-smoking room, a chair by the door, and right behind the door are your coat hooks. A good sized mirror. All the furniture in here matches, all dark wood, even the headboard, every single thing matches. We do have this dresser. Is it a dresser? Is this called a tall boy? I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments down below. Selection of tea and coffees and drinking chocolates and some biscuits. As I say, there are a selection of your teas and coffees. Let's do the kettle check. That looks okay. Fairly smallish TV. I love this little feature. Jewellery drawers. Haven't seen this for years in cabinets. Anything in the drawers? Right, we have the hairdryer. Again, as I said, I haven't seen this for years. Drawer sheets. You don't get that in hotels anymore. I don't think there's anything else in the rest. Nope, nothing in that one. Oh, and a blanket in that one. I just heard a little knock on the door, wondered who it was, and I gathered it's the manager, and she just come along and said apparently on a checklist that they have for each room, water's missing off my room, and she asked me did I have water. Well, there's no water here, and she just come along with this big huge bottle of ice cold water. Don't know if you can see that there on the label. It does say Mansion House Scarborough 5-star. Nice little touch, ice cold water. Back on with the room review. As I said, all the furniture in here totally matches. A good size freestanding wardrobe. Ironing board. A fan. Let's have a look at the iron. Still in the box. And that's spotless. Plenty of hangers, plenty of hanging space. And I love the shoe rack on the bottom as well. You don't see them in wardrobes anymore. Good size mirror. Plenty of storage space. Stand back and show you the room once more before I disturb the bed. Does look a really nice bed. Couple of bedside tables and lamps. Now there are power points under the tables in the corners, you can see them. Anything in the drawers? Let's check this one. No. I love this little gadget. There you go. So you do have adapters here with your USBs as well. Anything in this drawer? No. I do like this room, and so far so good. Yes, pillar protectors. Again, you can see the crease marks where the sheets are being ironed. I pulled everything off. Sheet looks spotless. Mattress protector looks spotless. And the mattress itself looks absolutely spotless. And of course, the one last room to check is the ensuite. That looks nice. Looks very clean straight away. Looks very bright. Shower cap, body lotion and hair conditioner. Heated towel rail, there are plenty of towels. Clean toilet. Good sized bath with overhead shower. Everything looks nice and clean. All looks spotless. Your sink with some hand gel and the mirror. Try and get back and give you a long shot, bit of a tight squeeze. Now this is the part of the video where I normally say let's check out the rest of the hotel, but there's not really a lot to show. There's only the lounge and the restaurant, and I'm not going to get to see the restaurant until I go down for breakfast. Now the hotel itself is small, it's a quaint hotel. It doesn't have all those big facilities, doesn't have a bar, it has this lounge area, it doesn't have a pool or nothing like that, no leisure facilities. Now I mentioned when I arrived about does it have a bar, they said no, they don't have a bar, but what they have is what they call an honesty bar, which is basically help yourself, and there's a price list and you put your money in a little box, and it seems to work for this hotel. Good morning from the mansion house here in Scarborough. It's just coming up to 20 to 9, so it's time to go down for breakfast. Not sure how the breakfast is getting served. We'll find out when we go down. Back from breakfast, and I have a little confession to make. At the beginning of this video I did say this was a 5-star hotel. I stand corrected. I was talking to a member of staff yesterday who informed me that it is a 5-star guest house. So this is the 5-star mansion house guest house, not a hotel. Now, when I first arrived at the guest house and walked in, I got that real warm, homely feeling. It's like as though you were stepping into like your grandmother's house type of thing. It wasn't a hotel feel. I had that on my mind when I arrived. I was looking at it. I couldn't see any signs relating to hotel. So in the back of my mind, I was thinking, is this a hotel or a guest house? I wasn't sure. But it gives you that warm feeling when you came in. I was greeted by a member of staff, and it was the easiest check-in. It was basically, what's your name? Here's your key. There was no signatures, no ID, no email addresses, no telephone numbers. I didn't have to do anything. I was given the key, room number 2, and off I went. I was given a complimentary drink on arrival. I only had an orange juice, but I sat in the lounge. They've got a nice, huge, comfortable lounge. They were rocking chairs and everything in. And I sat there for about best part of an hour talking to another couple that had just arrived. And in the corner, they've got this little honesty bar in the corner, which I've only ever seen that in one other hotel. Basically, you can help yourself to as much drink as you want, and the prices are there. And that's spirits and beers and fruit juices and everything. It's cans and bottles, and you just help yourself to it. The price list is there, and there's a box on the wall, and you can just slot your money in for what you've had to drink. I love that little feature. Down to the room itself. Really nice, comfortable room. I really enjoyed this room. When I walked in, I felt, again, the comfort of the room. I don't know if you can understand what I mean. When I walk in, you can tell it's going to be a nice, comfortable room. I love the furniture in there as well, the real old-style wooden furniture. It totally looks different to your MFI bits that wobble in the corner that you get in a lot of hotels. Really solid, old wooden furniture. The bed itself. Good night's sleep on this one. Huge bed, nice big thick mattress. I conked out on this, not a problem. Bathroom, now I normally jump in the shower, but I saw that bath and I thought, no, I'm going to have a nice soak. So I laid in the bath yesterday for over an hour. Plenty of hot water, lovely bathroom. I had the music on and, you know, in my own little world. TV, we're in the UK. There's a kettle with a variety of coffees, drinks, teas, and hot chocolates. And as I said, one of the staff knocked on the door yesterday with some ice cold bottled water. So the room itself, and I love that little box in the corner as well. That saved me having to dig out all my adapters. I could plug every single thing, all my cameras and all my chargers and everything and batteries into that box. I didn't even have to mess around with my own adapters. So that's a really good feature in the room, especially for a traveller. So I can't really fault this place, other than the fact that I called it an hotel, and that was my error. Wi-Fi, instant Wi-Fi on, not a problem. Now let's address the elephant in the room. Disability access. Now, I was talking to one of the owners yesterday regarding disability access, and he explained that they can't really do it in this building. It's a Victorian building. The way the front is constructed, the staircase, there's no real way of putting in a lift or anything like that. And I can understand what he means about it being a Victorian building, because I used to be a genealogist a long time ago doing family history for hundreds of families. And I came across something similar like this. During the Victorian era, if you had a disability or you had a mental illness of any sort, you would have probably been thrown in the warehouse for the rest of your life. So I think construction, building work, architects or anybody in that era, I think disability would have probably been the last thing on the mind, especially when building places like this. They can't really put in any sort of lift. What the manager did say is that if you do have a disability, they will put you on the ground level. There is room 1 and 2 on the ground level. The breakfast area is downstairs, the restaurant is downstairs, but what they do is they accommodate for breakfast in the lounge with anybody who has disabilities. So all you have to do is get into the guest house itself, which is up about 6 steps. So they do try and adapt, but they said the building work, there's nowhere they could put a lift in, and it's 4 floors high. So if you were on the top floor and they put in a chairlift of any sort, it's probably going to take you a week to get up there and a week to get down. So it's, you know, it's not feasible. There's no way they could do it. There's no way they could put a lift outside to bring you in unless they destroy the front of the building, and they're not going to do that. So that is the only issue with this guest house, is disability access. But if you can manage them first few stairs, then you're fine. Right, location. It's on South Cliff, which is slightly away. It's not that far. I walked it yesterday. It's probably on a leisurely walk 15-20 minutes before you actually get to the main bridge, which is by the Grand Hotel. So it's not that far. It's in a nice location. It's in a quieter location. The moment you get down there, you get more of the tourists further down towards the Grand Hotel and the Wheel and the beach area. You get a lot more tourists down here. Up here, it's more laid back and more quieter. And subject to availability, directly outside this guest house is all free parking. But that's subject to availability, whereas you're not going to be able to park in the town. So that's one bonus. So the thing you need to know is the price. Now remember, I've paid for 2 people staying in this room, B&B. So the price is for the 2 people. I paid £131. Now you might think, well, that's a bit dear. We are in the middle of July, and it might be a bit dear for 1 person, but don't forget the price is for 2. So £65 per person, B&B in this 5-star guest house, in this lovely room, a really comfortable bed in a great location. I don't think that's bad. Not for a 5-star guest house. So tell me what you think. Put it in the comments down below. Have you stayed at the Mansion House guest house before? What do you think of Scarborough? What do you think of South Cliff? I'd definitely come back. Really enjoyed my stay here. Real comfortable, quiet stay, which I've enjoyed. Away from the hustle and bustle, away from the seagulls as well. That's another thing. I've not heard a seagull up this end at all. I'm going to move on to another accommodation. Where it is, you'll have to wait and see. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.